So hello, this is about the Dirigo Counseling Clinic. Because it is important to you. We provide sensitive, friendly, warm, respectful, and positive counseling interventions to individuals, families, and groups. We treat both children and adults. Payments are made through insurance payers, all major payers, including Medicare and Medicare. Cash discounts for self-pay. Payment is accepted in all forms. The cost is very competitive and is finalized at the time of the first visit, where we meet. In spacious counseling rooms with soundproof walls, private and confidential counseling time is not intruded with distractions. We provide cold and hot beverages and snacks to attend to comfort. Facilities are provided by the Americans with Disabilities Act. Locations are easy to find with plenty of off-street parking, bus route for convenience for the Bangor area, and all are climate controlled and pleasantly furnished to your comfort. Making an appointment. We strive for immediate intake appointments upon your inquiry. An appointment can be made with the first call. We offer 24/7 telephone answering and rapid turnaround time for messages. Our practice does not need nor require a referral from a physician. The appointment is considered your time to manage the challenges that are before you. You may bring another person with you if you choose to. We have male and female counselors. Providers are qualified by the state of Maine in their respective practice areas. Mental health counseling. The goal and actual outcomes from counseling rely on you. Counselors are trained to develop these from the materials that you bring to the session. We draw it all from you. Our counselors and therapists are trained, examined, board certified, supervised, and regulated. The session typically consists of a check-in followed by a therapeutic conversation. We listen to you and sometimes offer feedback that may lead to broader insight. We may use analogies, alternative thoughts, new things to try, and well-guided challenges to you. We do not generally ask an abundance of questions. We let you ask questions. We might surprise you with the manner in which we handle your questions in a positive way for you. Some of the more common issues that counselors are trained to treat include trauma, PTSD, anxiety, reductions to stress, depression, panic attacks, the phobias, relationship challenges, grief and loss, career matters, stress management, parenting, family discord, communication breakdowns, conflict resolution, substance abuse, deep services, US DOTS, substance abuse professionals. So a few benefits of counseling over here, which are all actually mentioned in here too as well. Individual counseling. The strain of life today can take its toll on even the most stable individuals and families. Losing a loved one, single parenting, addiction, divorce, remarriage, severe illness, and unemployment are some of the crises that can be eased by our professional staff. With experienced professionals providers, Dirigo Counseling Clinic addresses individual and family needs with a wide spectrum of approaches, including individual, family, and couples counseling and support groups. We help people cope with life changes, traumatic life changes, mental illness, and behavioral disorders. We also make referrals to other resources in the community. Our facility offers confidential counseling and assessment services to more than 1,000 individuals and families in Maine each year. So as mentioned before, they have couples and family counseling, so couples often benefit from counseling experience. Pressures mount from every side, internal and external and internally on a couple system. Teasing out the most constructive strategy for addressing problems and concerns can spare many dreaded alternatives. Love is precious and needs to be groomed and manicured. Left unattended, it can be rocked and buffeted and eventually crumble with tragic consequences. Examining the underlying issues and retooling for success is central to the solution-focused treatment modality. They also have substance abuse counseling. Dirigo Counseling Clinic is known in the community for having a high caliber program for both substance abuse evaluation and treatment. Evaluations become very important as often there are allegations, suspicions, or other requirements that call for such evaluation. When a substance abuse evaluation is needed, we are trained to be objective as possible. We make no assumptions that taint the outcome. We look for data that is derived from you, the client, as well as data that may come from other records and sources. When we arrive at our formal conclusion, we make sure that they are well backed by the data. Frequently, our substance abuse evaluations are needed in court by the Department of Health and Human Services, by the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, probation services, employers, and others. We realize that this can be a sensitive area. We rigidly respect your rights to privacy and release records only when you give us permission or if the information is required of us by the laws which govern the confidentiality of records pertaining to alcohol or drug treatment. Evaluations for employees of federal regulated safety sensitive positions require a certified substance abuse professional to be called upon if those rules have been violated. Okay, so that's it for this. They also have adult services, so Dirigo Counseling Clinic features a program designed for adults who need an assessment or treatment for abuse of alcohol or drugs. Every person is unique and comes in with a different set of skills. So some expectations, however, are the first visit, an understanding of what brings you to counseling, an orientation about your relevant history, forms for your review that might be required by law or insurance, your approval for a counselor as a good fit for me, questions and answers from both of you and your counselor, and planning the next steps together. Second visit and beyond, clarifying goal and problem solving, engaging in solution talk, and identifying options, forming a recovery plan. Identifying markers of success. Follow-up sessions, action plans to recovery, possible collaboration with other providers such as a PCP if warranted, family therapy if warranted, accountability for sustaining recovery process. They also have deep services, mains, drivers, education, and evaluation and educational providers. Dirigo Counseling Clinic is approved by the Office of Substance Abuse to provide assessment and treatment for clients who have been arrested for an operating while under the influence or an OUI. Getting an OUI can be very stressful. In Maine, anyone arrested for an OUI has to face two branches of power, the judicial system and the administrative system. You must address the demands of each of these. As for the administrative system, you cannot bypass the DEEP program, even if the judicial system dismisses your case. So then down here I just have some drunk driving statistics. They also have community support services. Community support services are available to qualified clients who require specialized support in mastering resources in the community that leads to independence. The most recent and growing form of service delivery is the behavioral health home. The term can be confusing because it sounds like it might be a group home or someplace where people live. However, in this context, the behavioral health home is charged to provide some centralization of physical and mental health services. The trend in the United States is to move away from the fragmentation of medical care and to have more integrated care. Providers need to talk with each other more and share their findings, ideas, concerns, conclusions, and options. By working together, patients are much more likely to get better and need less care while living longer. Such an approach also proves to be cheaper and recovery is likely to be speedier. They also have community integration support, which is also called case management services. This involves the identification, assessment, planning, linking, monitoring, and evaluation of services and supports needed by a prospective client. The referral process only requires a telephone call to the office. You will have contact with your prospective case manager within 24 hours. This service is designed to help people who may be at risk of hospitalization, incarceration, or homelessness to live successfully in their communities by providing support services that promote safety and dignity with a person-centered approach. Our goal is to obtain optimal individual independence, health, and quality of life involvement. The Behavioral Health Home at Dirigo Counseling Clinic. The Behavioral Health Home is a model of service that reflects a more modern approach to traditional case management services. This is available to Medicaid clients who also have 2 or more chronic conditions such as asthma or diabetes. It aspires to more intensive care with a triple aim of better outcomes, higher patient satisfaction, and lower costs. The notion of home means that all your medical and behavioral health services are more integrated and centralized rather than fragmented. So under this model of care, there is more collaboration among providers and a central plan of care to assure that all of your health needs are considered in one central plan. For more information, you can please contact 973-0505. They also have some skills development services for clients who qualify for community integration support. This service involves face-to-face contact with professionals that help restore and improve a person's skills and abilities essential to living independently. So this can include self-care, daily living management. Services are targeted to enhance access to community resources with natural supports, including independence to promote successful community integration. Skill enhancement is provided through structured interventions for attaining goals identified in the individual treatment plan. They also have intentional peer support. So this is a philosophy based on 4 tasks used to develop and maintain relationships. Through relationships, we think about help in a new way, rather than focusing on problem solving and what we don't want in our lives. We instead challenge one another to discover our hopes and dreams. Together we learn and grow and move towards what we want. So the 3 principles of intentional peer support are learning versus helping, relationship versus individual, and hope versus fear. The 4 tasks of intentional peer support: building connection, helping each other understand how we've come to know what we know, so worldview, redefining help as a co-learning and growing process, so mutuality, and moving towards what we want rather than away from what we don't. And then finally, thank you for your interest. Their main office is there. They got your main office phone number, fax, medication services, medication phone line, prescription refill. You can text, email. They've got 3 locations here listed. If you'd like to pause this and take down some of their information, go right ahead. Thank you for listening.